Let's go! That's it, fans. We have got to break it down from so many different angles. What the hell is going on with the NICO? We start things off with a really good run right here from Dylan Sampson. That's a good block right there for Mays up the middle. And you get a nice gain here on 2nd and 2. All right, let's get to the 4th and 6 call. And this is really good offense right here from Tennessee. First off, let's start with the protection. It is really good, okay? One staple of Mississippi State defenses is they do a lot of twist. You know, obviously you have a new defensive staff. The only way this works is if the protection is pristine, and it is. Like, that's just as good as it gets. Now, let's go to the route concepts here, and you'll see that Mississippi State actually does something that I like teams doing on 4th and 6, which is sitting heavy on the sticks, right? Like, in this situation, so many teams are just running routes at the sticks, right? Because they just want to pick up the yards, and they don't really want to run anything vertically because, well, it's a low percentage pass. Now, you start off looking to the left, and you'll see that it's defended really well. Okay, Brew McCoy is stopped right here on the vertical. The tight end 0 is stopped right here. Now, we then work back to the right. This is a good job by NICO not throwing any of this. So he works back to the right. He could throw this to Dylan Sampson in the flats, but what he sees here at the top of the screen is that this corner is sitting heavy on an in-breaker to the inside, and this safety decides to get over the top of this player on an in-breaker, right? So he's sitting inside leverage. He's guarding against an in-breaker right here, and it's man-to-man right here. So this is just really good offense. I think this could have been an option route where the wide receiver is reading which way the DB is going to go, and he opens his hips like this. Once he opens his hips, just run vertically into all this space, and that's exactly what happens. It's a good job by NICO working to the backside to Squirrel White, and that's why the offense is so hard to stop. The problem is, for Mississippi State side of things, if you're rushing 5 guys, someone's got to get open on a 5-man protection. Okay, and if that's the case, you're just going to get beat over the top all day. All right, we get to here, and in life, it's better to be lucky than good. Okay, the most ambiguous call in football is holding, and Lance Hurd has this guy pinned to the inside, and you'll see he tugs him down, right? I am really lenient on hand placement, but if it's outside the shoulder pad and it's clear you tug him down, that's got to be called, okay? So that brings this guy down to the ground. NICO is able to break the contain, and that's just a ginormous miss in this game, especially if you're a heavy underdog, but that's a good job by NICO breaking that contain, tight roping it, and getting the first down. And I really don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. You're running a little counter scheme here, GY action, and Dylan Sampson's just got a first half fumbling issue at home. It's literally one of the weirdest things you'll ever see. And yeah, I mean, it just is what it is at this point. All right, so you get the football right back, and we go to this 4th down call, and this is just not my favorite thing to do. You know, the basis of your entire offense is spreading them out. This is kind of a, sigh of relief if you're a defense, right? You know, you just got to cram everything in, especially with this many, blocking, tight end, fullback kind of types in here. You could just submarine and just create as much traffic as possible. Also, this is a lot of pressure on this running back here, okay? Man, there's just nowhere to go. If you're in this spot, why not try and bounce? He's just trying to stick his head in. There is no way you're getting through this. So I would just try and bounce off of this instead of just trying to pile forward right there. And it's a 4th down stop. Okay? All right, we get to this 1st and 10. And, man, Mississippi State, they sent the house. They were really aggressive. Tennessee just has the perfect call versus this, okay? Heavy play action fake, and it honestly is just 2 go balls down the sideline. And you just pick whichever one you want, and you just throw it as far as you can, all right? The guy the only guy who didn't do his job here was NICO, because this was such a bad underthrow, and Thornton has him beat. Of course, it's better to underthrow it than overthrow it, and this DB plays this ball about as badly as you can. So you're in position to turn around and make this play, but you see he panics and can't locate the football. You got to turn your single digit in if you play the ball that badly. I'm sorry. Go get number 29 or something. And Thornton is able to walk in for an easy, explosive play touchdown. Now, this is my only issue with this. That is close. Way too close to call. And if you're the defensive player, there is no downside to go pick this up. None. Okay? There's only upside. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. The videos and photos from this looked really, really sweet. All right, give Mississippi State credit. They fight their way back into the game. Kind of a weird season for Mississippi State. The 4 teams that they have played. All right, let's have a conversation about this offensive line. They've had some issues tripping over each other. Not as bad as some other SEC teams. It's relatively common. But even with that, protection is still really good. And it was all night. Okay? There's a little pressure there, but you're able to work the options and you get the comeback route right there for a nice first down. Man, you have got to have some cojones to make this throw if you're Nico. You get a play action fake and you're looking to the left and you see this DB has inside leverage on this dig. You got to hope that this DB is undercutting the safety. And, oh, yeah, by the way, 63, the really good center, blows this block. But look at this arm angle right here from Nico to get around 90 here. Look at this. That's just gross quarterback play. And look at where he puts the ball. Bang. Right there. And, oh, man, Thornton's going to be sick that he couldn't get out of that. Okay, so we go to the play that some feel Nico hurt himself on. And it's kind of a weird little rollout. It's defended pretty well. And Nico tries to fit this in. You see he takes an awkward hit. And it's just incomplete. All right, so some defensive coordinators just are not SEC material. This is a very, very clear look into someone that's not an SEC defensive coordinator. I am not letting him play pitch and catch at the field goal line. And once again, they don't see the line on the field, but I'm not just letting them run stops and getting an easy 3 points that easily, okay? I'm playing a little bit more aggressive. I know they got over the top of you on that 4th and 6, but, you know, you allowed them to have a chip shot field goal and they make it. All right, so we get to this 3rd and 6. Gaston Moore in the game. So they pulled Nico at halftime. And, man, I was just shocked that they just let this tight end, Miles, get right to the sticks and you're able to play pitch and catch. If I'm Mississippi State, I'm just not going out like that.
We anticipate having him ready for next week. So, precautionary measure at halftime, and so feel like we'll be ready to roll next Saturday.
So you just heard from Coach that Nico looks to be okay and we'll be ready to go versus Georgia next week. The good news is you can lose to Georgia, still take care of business in your other games, and still make the playoff. So that means you are in a really good spot if you are Tennessee. Now, Gaston Moore did a really good job. Obviously, this was another great Dylan Sampson game. Didn't really break down a whole lot of Sampson reps, but this guy continues to ball out of control. And on top of that, he does need to do a better job of not fumbling the football. It's pretty obvious. I will say Lance Hurd, I think, got away with a few grabs. We pointed one out earlier. That was another one right there. Once again, I'm normally pretty lenient on holding. Don't tell Utah fans that. That BYU ending was crazy. But let me know if you guys think, are you going to get it done? Are you finally going to get over the hump versus Georgia with the Bulldogs in a must-win game? I don't think Lance Hurt's going to get away with those holds next week, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I mean, things are looking pretty nice for you. And when NICO was in, he did some good things. Now, were there some normal Vol drops and mistakes? Well, point them out to me. I wasn't able to watch the full game, but let me know. For real, let me know if there's any other reps you want me to break down. Because on Wednesday, we'll have a full Tennessee versus Georgia preview, so make sure you check it out. It is Power Hour SEC. Boom. And tonight we are doing buffalo chicken pizza. Let's go.